Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. These guys really think that we are baboons, or they are baboons, or maybe both. That is, some people who say that they are specialists or professionals in in a certain area. You expect them to know better, but if they don't, you could suspect that those guys say this kind of things that should know better with an interest. Now, we have here an article from Popular Mechanics. Popular Mechanics is not talking about flowers or piano or sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Some mechanics. So they know what they're talking about. It's like you have, let's say, a sociological or psychology article, or how should I put it, editorial that is about those things. They must know what they're talking about. So here you have Popular Mechanics that's going to give us some information on some tanks. Now, Popular Mechanics must know what the tanks are, and being mechanics, they understand that things that were designed and built in the past lose their efficiency with time, not only by using them, but they are surpassed by technology. And some of you might know that, let's say a laptop's years, if you transform them, I think in human years, would be, I don't know, 5 times or 10 times. So that would be, let's say, 10 times. So if you have a child, in reality, so let's say 1 day old child, okay, a newborn, the computer will already be 10 years old. So if the child is 10 years old, then the computer would be 100 years old. Kind of like this. So 10 years in a computer life is like 100 years in human life. That means you're dead, you're barely moving, something like that. I'm not far off anyway. So these guys here in the Popular Mechanics tell us something that is really garbage. They tell us that a tank that was built a long time ago will come from Kuwait war, to destroy the 2024 Russian military. Now, isn't that criminal, funny, ridiculous? And if this would come from a sociology department, you would say, shit, really, you don't know anything about mechanics. Come on, man, it's an old shit. But it comes from Popular Mechanics. Let me show you an article from Popular Mechanics, 50,000 times, so you can have a drinking contest. February 2nd, 2024. Here is the mighty article. The fearsome tanks that fought Saddam Hussein may soon come for Vladimir Putin. All right. Do you know when those tanks that fought Saddam Hussein were fighting Saddam Hussein? Was it 5 years ago? No. 10 years ago? No. 15 years ago? No. More than that, you say? Yes. So those tanks that fought Saddam Hussein, remember, Saddam Hussein's military was not Russia's military now. We are in 2024, and that was, let me show you, because I got all the evidence. People that might not remember, when was the war? When was the Desert Storm? Well, it's, I don't know, about 30 years ago. So let's read further. They will come for Vladimir Putin. To do what? To take into the shipping or a fishing party, or what? Really? A report on Balkan media claims that Kuwait may have begun transferring some of all of the 149 M84AB tanks it purchased from the former Yugoslavia back to the Croatian Jung factory, where they were first assembled in 1980s. So you show up in 2024 against Russia with missiles, rockets, and other shit, drones. You're gonna show up with something in the 1980s. But hey, what was the title? What was the mighty or something? Fearsome. They're fearsome. Now these are coming from Kuwait. Didn't Kuwait lose? Against whom? Saddam Hussein. So Saddam Hussein beat the Kuwaitis, the Kuwait won, fighting these tanks that now these guys are sending to Ukraine to kill Putin. I remember Kuwait lost and Saddam took over. So he fought these things and he won. And they were fearsome. And they fought Saddam Hussein. Now, let's move on and read here. I'm going to show you all the information you need. Reports of the arrangements appeared in Serbian media, and 6 of the tan-colored Kuwaiti papapap have reportedly been seen transported on trailer tracks through Slovenia to Croatia. However, the alleged transfer has not been confirmed by the invoiced parties. So these are the tanks, or what? Nevertheless. So let's see. Let's show here some pictures with the transport, with this and that. Now I don't know if that's true or not. What's going on? This is garbage. It can't be. This is a, oh my, no. Let me see. What's going on here? Maybe that's, yeah, that's the other one. I thought this was the, how in the hell this shows before that, the cab, or whatever you cab is, you call it. So let's see where these tanks showed up. It says here in the back that the M84 was Yugoslavia's licensed build take of the Soviet Union's mainstream T-72 tanks. Okay, that's an old shit, my friends, old shit. So let's see, what do we have here? Gulf War. It says the Gulf War was an armed conflict between Iraq and a 42-country coalition led by the United States. The coalition's effort against Iraq was carried out in 2 key phases. Operation Desert Shield, which was marking the military build-up, August 1990 to January 1991. So it was between, let's say, 1990. That's when they were right here. You see it here on the right? Date. That's the first one when these guys intervened. But Saddam, on August 2nd, 1990, Iraq, governed by dictator Saddam Hussein, launched an invasion to neighboring Kuwait and fully occupied the country within 2 Tage, 2 days. So that means these tanks must be older than 1990. And they said right here, correct, they were in the 1980s purchased. Right there. So, yeah, Putin, I think he's just gonna take his bag and go to Vladivostok. Because these guys are just gonna roll over and take everything. Again, popular mechanics should know better. And put that in the title, The Fearsome. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.